Good morning, traders. Here, Manny Carrera, co-founder of MDC Trading Academy, with today's pre-market forecast for the Emini S P 500 for today, Friday, March the 5th. We're also going to do our end of week preview. Let's quickly jump to our news items for this morning. What do we have on the docket this morning? We have unemployment information. We have, obviously, in a couple of minutes, average hourly earnings, non-farm employment payroll. And obviously the unemployment rate, which is expected to be flat at 6.3. We'll see how that turns out and what effect it may have on the market today. Let's quickly jump to our daily chart. And obviously, sometimes the analysis that I do pretty much surprises me, simply because it's so accurate at times. It's just an absolute pleasure understanding price action and understanding the way the market is expected to move. As you can see, since the beginning, since we started pulling back, I kept talking about the 20 SMA, and here's the 20 SMA, which we hit yesterday, touched it, closed above it, but here's our true support and resistance areas. As I told you, the 20 SMA is our short term, a mid to long term, the 20 SMA and the 80 SMA. Now, this is danger zone right here, guys. This is honestly danger zone right here. This is danger zone. If you want to see a market panic, you want to see a market that's going to close below the 20 SMA, the 80 SMA, you're going to see a market panic to the downside in an astronomical way. Last time that we were below the 80 was way back last year in October. And we had some really incredible volumes and incredible movement there. And ultimately, eventually, we here's our last touch to the 20 SMA. We remained above it. So keep your eyes open for this 20 SMA. This is a very, very key. And look, this is what happened the previous time where we broke below the 20 SMA. Here's a 20 SMA break. And look how this market just shot down. And remember, we're talking about this was pre-COVID. This was just that was COVID the last time that we were there. So this is a very critical time in the market. But obviously, we don't trade these time frames. We're day traders. But let's look more closely at these numbers and what it's looking like. And remember, the market was holding support. This was our original support here. These little pieces here were considered phobos. Eventually, the market comes to retest, turns that into an area. Here's our resistance area up here. That's our true resistance area up there. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a 20 SMA. All of these time frames kind of start shaping up and giving us similar situations and places and areas. As you see here, here's a compression. New compression as the market attempts to move higher. This is our resistance area. Originally support, now resistance. And obviously we have a new support area down here. So this is where the market is going to be moving through in the next day or so, potentially right through here, potentially break down to here. Breaks above here is what we're looking for in order to continue to go long, at least long term or mid to long term. And of course, we're looking anything that breaks below here, you're going to see all hell break loose. Excuse my English, my French. It's really going to take off really, really quickly. Now, in reference to trading today, what are we expecting to see in the market today? So here's where we are right now. This was yesterday's intraday low. Intraday high was way up here. We had a huge volume day. This is our resistance level here. We have a support level right down here, but this is actually a trend line to the upside. So you see a triangle. Now this is our, I drew this before this happened, but this was one of our scenarios that we're expecting. Market holding this former resistance as support and continuing them to the upside. If that fails, then we can come right back into this channel here, between these two areas here. Let me just make it clear to you so you can see them. Between these two areas here, and come to retest potentially this trend line here. This trend line holds. Obviously, we're expecting more continuation to the upside. Clear break below that. The test is here, and this resistance support level here. And of course, a breakthrough here is going to spell a lot of move to the downside. So that's what we're looking at right now. We're looking for longs above here, longs above this resistance area, this resistance turn support area here. We're looking for longs. Any break below that, we're looking for shorts, and we have great targets to look forward to. Take care, guys. Have a great trading session. We'll see you next week.